Welcome to my World History Notes, where I'm revising the book I wrote to teach homeschoolers world history. A Bible Believer Looks at World History, which I sell on Lulu.com and Amazon.com in Kindle and paperback. So just following through with what I was talking about last time. With regard to the giant hailstones of Joshua 10:11, traditional science denies this as even a possibility, in spite of the fact that over the last 10, 20 years, the reports of huge blocks of ice called megacycrometers, hailstones 100 times larger than normal, have been reported frequently. Dr. Martinez-Frias of the Planetary Geological Laboratory in Madrid, Spain, showed in 2002 that many of these reports of hailstones are indeed hailstones rather than frozen chunks of airplane waste as reported by the media. Once again, we find a denial of the Bible's account to even be scientifically irrelevant, although I would not need Dr. Martinez-Frias's help for me to believe what God has said. One of the most controversial accounts in the Bible, next to the parting of the Red Sea and the resurrection, is the so-called long day of Joshua, reported in chapter 10, verses 12 to 14 of Joshua. I've read many articles about what a catastrophe it would have been for the earth to stop spinning or for any such unusual occurrence to have happened in astronomy, and have also read false stories about a supposed NASA scientist who discovered the long day in history. There are reports of a long sunset about this time in Chinese literature as well. The speculation and argument is endless. Whether the Chinese king Yao refers to it in his fear of the earth catching fire, whether the Latin poet Ovid is referring to the Phaeton, the Canaanite prince, and his lost day, speaking of this day, whether the god-man Bacchus in the Orphic hymns, stopping the day, is a reference to it, or the Indian reference to the pious cries of Arjuan over the death of Krishna, or the holy Buddhist Matanga, stopping the sun, is, or even if the numerous Mexican and Peruvian legends are, is irrelevant if interesting. I believe the Bible account. This brings to mind the age-old argument of what revolves around what, whether we live in a heliocentric or a sun-centered solar system, as Copernicus insisted, or a geocentric or earth-centered system, as Tycho Brahe tried to prove, or finally, whether that matters at all, as motion is relative, all motion is relative to the observer, as Fred Hoyle and Albert Einstein insisted. You will discover if you study more that traditional scholars will either deny that there ever was a Joshua, or they will claim that the Canaanite cities were overcome by a slow infiltration of foreigners, perhaps Israelites, or they'll talk about successive waves of invasion, all due to their insistence upon making dogmatic statements based on incomplete evidence and knowledge, plus their need to deny the Bible record. So I'm going to continue to talk about dating here in Joshua and talking about Moses and stuff next. So I hope you enjoy this. Please click like and subscribe if you do. And I look forward to seeing if you have any comments. If you don't agree with something I said, please feel free to put it in the comments. And thanks for watching.